The car crash. The crash tore through the night like a sheet of ripping steel. For a second, there was only a blinding flash and a sound like a wet explosion, followed by an agonizing silence. An SUV, a looming shadow fueled by cheap beer and reckless urgency, had materialized out of the darkness and ended everything. When consciousness returned, it was a cruel awakening into the cold, harsh reality. My wife, Sarah, was stirring beside me. Battered, yes, but breathing. Our newborn, strapped securely into the car seat directly behind me, was eerily quiet. The engineered safety mechanisms had failed against the impact. The fleeing vehicle had reduced everything we built to a gruesome casualty. In the sterile rate of the hospital, the air thick with antiseptic and the metallic tang of blood, we waited. Grief didn't come as tears. It arrived as a vast, echoing void. The young doctor, her face a mask of practiced professionalism that barely hid her pity, delivered the crushing verdict with soft, meaningless words. "I am so sorry," she started, but the sound of her voice failed to register, lost beneath the roar in my ears. Sarah shattered, cycling through phases of anger, self-blame, and a despair so profound it felt like a physical injury. Questions about the culprit were met with tight-lipped silence from the police. Hushed conversations, however, hinted at a guarded room 304, where the drunken driver who had annihilated our lives lay protected. My history working security at this very facility gave me an immediate cold understanding of their cryptic exchanges. I knew the hospital's nervous rhythms, its blind spots, and its vulnerabilities. With every passing second, our grief solidified into a shared, cold resolve. 2 hours later, we were officially cleared to leave. It was 2 a.m. With the late hour cloaking us in secrecy, we moved. I gave Sarah 3 minutes to reach the far wing of the building, the emergency department entrance, where the security staff always clustered. My path was different. The door to the basement, through the rarely used back entrance of the morgue, and then through the emergency storm shelter access. It was a tight, silent journey that bypassed all the card readers and cameras. In the distant hallway, Sarah's performance began. It was not acting. She screamed, shouted, and begged us to bring our baby back. Every syllable was true agony, escalating into a shrill, hysterical plea designed to tear apart the silence. I heard the quick shuffle of shoes, cops, nurses, and security running past me down the main corridor. My back turned to the door, watched the shadows of the responders rush by. Then, in the silence of their passing, I opened the door to the secondary hallway and slipped into the drunkard's room. There he lay, a broken arm, his bruised head resting against a sterile pillow. The gentle whir of the life support machines filled the room, giving him the breath that had been stolen from our son. He was still breathing, unlike. I watched as his eyes fluttered open. He searched the area, confusion giving way to arrogance as he realized who I was. He slurred, "You took our baby from us." I accused, my voice thin and sharp with grief. "No, I didn't," he countered, a familiar, arrogant sneer pulling at his lip. "You don't remember," I pressed, desperation threaded through every word. "I did nothing wrong. I shouldn't be here," he protested, the denial echoing his guilt. "Neither should we," I declared. My eyes landed on a surgical tray. I seized a scalpel with hands that were eerily steady. The man's eyes widened, his bravado dissolving into pure panic. In one swift, terrible motion, I closed the distance and plunged the blade deep. A perverse, sickening sense of satisfaction, a twisted belief in divine retribution, washed over me. "What are you doing?" I heard someone scream behind me, accompanied by gasps and a crash of running feet. I didn't turn around. I simply met the ceiling light with my blood-splattered face and said, my voice steady,
God's work.